What's up, everybody? My name is Hiza, and today I have a special guest. I just wanted to bring somebody on who inspires me daily and helps me to grow and challenge myself on the regular. So, I want to introduce you to Fabi.
Hello.
You recently just did a video. I was looking at it, you were working on it when I came in, and you were talking about the process of... Actually, why don't you take it over? Tell me about what the video is about, actually.
Yeah, so this is my first podcast, like he was mentioning, and I got nervous, but I am a mindset coach, and I know what to do when I get nervous. So I decided that, you want me to actually go into like what I talked about?
Whatever you want.
Okay. When you get nervous, it's actually your body and your brain like helping you out to perform. So it really helped me out to be able to, like I did my breathing and just think about like what really my body was trying to do for me was help me perform when I got here, and be able to just be myself.
For sure. Where'd you make that connection, and who inspired you to adapt to that mindset? Because I know for me personally, a lot of the books I've read over time and my mentors have helped me in situations like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is like high performance learning that I've done from Brendon Burchard. Don't quote me on it because I'm not 100% sure. I've done so much personal development and I've read so many books, like I cannot quote who it's coming from, but I have like a list of a bunch of them that I follow that inspire me as well, or have been inspiring me to come up with this mindset as well, but also relate it to like what we do every day. Because high performers, like these are like speakers that are speaking to in huge arenas every single week, and having, I don't know, clients that pay them $10,000 or more, and I'm not that. I am just a normal person like everybody else, trying to inspire and just have the right mindset, obviously, to get better and eventually get to that level, maybe, if that's where life wants to take me. But also, like, I just see that the mindset that we need to be having and grow up with is just not really there. In schools, like if I knew growing up what I know now, which isn't hard, it doesn't take talent to change your mindset or to have a better way of thinking. It really is just like knowing how to and practicing, which is what I've been doing for the last 4 years that I've been into personal development. It's not really like it takes no talent, is I think another high performer said that.
Yeah. I wanted to touch base on, you bring up Brandon, how do you say his name?
Brendon Burchard.
Brendon Burchard a lot. Was there a person who put you onto him, or were you scrolling on the internet like everybody else and came across his information?
No, it was Tony Robbins. So I worked for a multi-level marketing company, and one of the prizes earned was I think it was a seminar, where I think Tony does like a 3-day seminar, and I earned it. So I got to go to it for free, and he had a bunch of different speakers, and Brendon was one of them. And I actually didn't like him at first.
It's funny you say that, because there are a few people who, especially some of my friends, for instance, for me, I didn't like Gary Vee. I wasn't a fan of Gary Vee. He didn't speak to me, but that was before I adapted to the mindset that I have now. Do you think that's the reason why, or do you think it was his delivery, and what changed?
I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is something about in me. I do believe that my content, sometimes it doesn't reach everybody also, like the way that I speak or what I'm speaking about. Some people just aren't ready for that. And I feel like I wasn't ready for his high level content yet. And that's one of the things that I love doing is, these high performers have a different language, and I love bringing it down for my audience and to be able to help. Again, like something that I want to do in the future is really work with mindset in high schools, probably. I think that's like a really good time where you're going to go out into the world and be an adult, and you need to know how to have a positive mindset in order to perform right in life and be happy and healthy. And maybe like after more years of personal development, I started actually like understanding what he was saying and how he was speaking.
I feel like when you have someone who has a completely different mindset than you do, hearing them say what they say almost feels, for me, it felt offensive. Like some
attacked.
I felt personally attacked, and I don't think you're able to compartmentalize it, because you don't know, like you said, all you've known your whole life is either what your family taught you or like your closest mentors, relatives, even if they're not, what you need to actually propel yourself forward. In that season, it may be comfort, it may be a helping hand, or somebody who just took a liking to you and you trust them. But I realized with people like yourself, like coaches and motivational speakers and high level thinkers, I would like to say as well, when you hear what they have to say and you try it, I think that is actually the determining factor that shows you what they're saying is legit.
Mm-hmm.
Like time and time again. So you say, Brandon, I told you Alex is huge for me. Alex, Bedros, um, Gary. Gary grew on me. Like,
are you a little embarrassed about it? Yeah.
No. I mean, Gary seems like a good dude. I think I just was so hard on it at the start of me starting to understand what he was saying.
There's another thing that I'm gonna interrupt you for a second.
Sure.
They're saying like something that triggers you is really like your body just telling you what something that you need to work on. So that's another way to think about it is when you have content and you hear somebody saying something that's really triggering feelings, anger, like anything negative inside of you, it's something to really like go look at. Obviously take a breath, you know, and it's really important just not to blame them because they have a different perspective, right? It's like your perspective is what's making it that content be triggering, but it's something that you really need to work on because when something is not for you and it doesn't trigger you, it's really easy to just be like, whatever, and let it go. But when it's really like doing something inside of you, it's usually a sign that it's something that you need to work on and work towards.
I agree. I look at it's crazy because I look at scenarios where, like, when I figure it out, I want to help the people around me, and they're not as willing to receive the information because it is uncomfortable and because realistically, once you realize the amount of work you have to put in to become that next level being, it's very intimidating. And also, you realize you can't go back to the same BS you were doing before. So, I've had some conversations with family members, and I would say I'm probably one of the few that like has a different way of thinking, and also that helps. It causes me to clash with a lot of my family as well because my boundaries are hard set. I don't fold when I say something, I mean it, and it's going to sound selfish, but also because I want to make sure in the future I can take care of my family, there are non-negotiables that I don't budge on, you know? But explaining that to somebody who their whole life it's been, well, I'll just make a change because family comes first. It's like, yeah, you're right. But if I'm going to be the one person that changes this dynamic in the family, I have to do things differently.
Yeah.
And explaining that without coming off harshly has been a challenge for me, but we're all just trying to grow.
Yeah, it's hard. One of the hardest things I think in coaching because what I do is try to get people to be healthier, and that's usually in relationships come up a lot. A lot of people do get stuck in their health because of the people around them. For example, there's people that don't want to lose weight because of how someone else is going to feel, because you're challenging them. Again, they're going to get triggered by the fact that you are taking action on something that they know they could take action on. And obviously weight loss is very personal and it's very different for everybody, so I don't want to say that that's everybody. But it's just like something that I've ran into. And same thing, if you're going to stop drinking or partaking in certain activities that aren't healthy for you, it's really hard to be okay and accept the fact that you're going to lose people around you. And sometimes, unfortunately, that is family.
Yeah.
But we all have to be selfish in a way. In order to be able to grow and to be our best selves, we need to watch out for us because that's what they're doing too. They don't want to lose you, because when you change, when you grow, you're no longer you. So they have to go through a mourning process too, and we need to be okay with their mourning and how they want to mourn the fact that they're losing, a family member themselves.
Yeah.
And they can choose to accept, grow with you, understand. But some people, again, they're not personally ready for that, So it's going through the grieving, but also what is going to happen after. Are they just going to want to push you away because you're triggering them now,
Yeah.
Or are they going to maybe get inspired eventually? It's tough, but overall, if you're doing something that's healthier and you're changing that dynamic for the better, they're hopefully going to get inspired. And if they don't and they want to push you away, then that's your sign also then that it's okay to let go of them,
For sure. Yeah.
That's deep.
It is. You're out here dropping gems.